Hello, YouTube. My name is uidsea. All right, anyway. So we are doing a run that actually a lot of you guys have suggested in various different iterations. It is the Dark Marker synergy. So essentially what the Dark Marker does is it has these two markers. And whenever you initially shoot it out, and the charge shot as it goes up, it'll shoot the markers out. And when the two bullets collide, it creates a big blank effect. Also, as you can see through the sprite, actually the markers on the gun are now gone, and then they come back. Pretty cool, right? Fox has given me this iteration, which is Dark Marker Antibody, which is the only thing that synergizes with it, and Helix Bullets. And Helix Bullets allows me to do this. Essentially spam it. So, why are we doing this Gungeon run? Well, today, Chrono.gg, which I bought a few games from, actually has sent me over a little, I guess, partnership, sponsorship link code thing, and you can get it down in the description below. You can enter the Gungeon for $7.99 instead of $14.99, half off right now. Today only, 23 hours remaining. Go check it out. You can do cool things like this. Actually, you can't because I edit the game, but pretty neat, right? But you can do similar things. You can play the game, and you can have a fun as hell time. If you don't know what Enter the Gungeon is a procedurally generated roguelike. Nice. And it is also a bullet hell and a procedural death labyrinth, as well as a bunch of other neat and interesting buzzwords. If you like the Borderlands series, but you've always been like, you know, Borderlands doesn't have enough bullet hell or randomization, then you need to Enter the Gungeon. It is on all consoles, PC. Is it on? It's on Switch. Yeah, it's on Switch. That's kind of neat, although it doesn't have the same effect as the Dark Marker. But yeah, there's something like 400 or 500 different guns and different passive abilities. It's essentially the Binding of Isaac, but with guns. I mean, that's realistically the easiest way to put it. Let's not take that. And you can get, if you play the game right, and you play the game much better than I, then you can get all these crazy and ridiculous synergies. And so far, the blanks are absolutely tearing everything apart. Nothing is surviving. What do we got? I grabbed the hazmat suit. Daruma. I feel Daruma kind of ruins runs, because it becomes, you become very, very dependent on it. And it's like, okay, I'm literally dodging things just to use Daruma's effect. It's like, nah, I don't want that. I want to be able to play and run around and do disgusting things with my Dark Marker. And so far, we are doing said things. But yeah, like I said, if by chance any of y'all don't have it, or you're on the fence about getting, you're like, 15 bucks is too much, like, hey, $7.99, I would appreciate it if you use my link, because I get like some portion of money from whatever the sales it is, and you know, helping you YouTubers allows us to give you more content and all that good stuff, or more better, gooder content. Yeah, high five me, just nailed that fucking sentence. Yeah. I don't really know why it is you might happen to just stumble upon this video specifically, because I'm pretty sure if you know Gungeon, you've at least seen a video or two of mine, and or you're subscribed to me, so you already knew this, and you probably already own Gungeon. So, well, this Dark Marker combo is absolutely making the fucking Gault trivial. Ha! Alright, let's charge the big blast up. I don't know if it's gonna do something different. Actually, no, it didn't really do much different. No, I dodged. Pretty sure you're actually cheating, so. Huh, crazy. The Dark Marker actually does better damage when you hit the enemy with the bullet as opposed to its tertiary effect. Weird. And the AK is kind of neat, but I don't really want it. Yeah, if you've ever wanted a game where you could have something like 30 or 40 different guns that all have crazy and wild effects, you definitely should go get it. I'm just saying. I am just saying, fam. Alright, beautiful. Love it. Love it. And okay, we're good. This is gonna be a little bit of an easier run, because we essentially just nullify any and all shots that every enemy gives. Bro, you fucking kidding me? What is this shit? Oh, okay, so I have the ability to... Oh, cool. Let's try it. I've never actually done this before. Okay, straight shooter. Ah, yes, because I'm expecting any of these shots to land. Okay. Yeah, uh-huh. No refunds. Wow, surprise, surprise. I didn't do well when my bullets shoot in an odd helix that rebounds around things. And crazy, right? Alright, let's actually try and, like, just shoot these enemies without getting the frickin' marker effect. So, I've been wanting to do one of these runs for a while. The problem is that, like, I don't know if it was something changed with AG and D, but, like, it was always a little bit difficult to get a lot of these runs going, because beforehand, at least to the best of my... where the fuck my shot go? To the best of my knowledge, I pretty much had to always do a charge shot in order to get the dark marker effect. So, I was always a little... You know, I'm honestly pretty bad with these weapons that you have to charge up to get real use of their effects. And every single time I did one, like, I never felt I got to, like, a satisfactory area in the game, so I never really wanted to do it. Lockpick will do Mimic Tooth Necklace. I don't really care about that. Alright, cool. Anyway, now we can have every single item or chest that's a Mimic. Do you like the Dark Souls series? Do you like Mimics? Do you like D&D? Because D&D also has Mimics. Well, this game has Mimics, so there you go. I mean, that's a bit of a spoiler, but I'm not going to tell you how to look for them, so there you go. Because most of the time, I don't even pay attention when I'm looking at them. And charge up. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so I guess heavy bullets, apparently, I looked in the wiki real quick because I was like, what the hell can I do to make this, like, a little bit better? And apparently heavy bullets is something that is a great way to improve this energy because it makes the shots a little bit, it makes the shots a little bit slower, which is kind of neat. Good to know, right? In the event you ever want to get Mod the Gungeon to mess around with that, which, you know, hey, I have a video if you want to learn how to mess with Mod the Gungeon. And I will not answer any questions about it because I am not the developer. And I had absolutely no trouble installing it. Weird, right? Anyway, let's charge this up and boop. There we go. Oh god, well, it just seems that I can just shoot him and not... seizure warning for anyone who may or may not have seizures. Probably best if you close your eyes during the boss fight. I'm just saying. Pretty high chance that there are flashing lights in this run, and you should probably steer clear away from that. All right, everything's a mimic, I forgot. Well, fudge. Sir, if you could just end. Thank you. Yellow chambers, alright. Why not? Do you have a pathological need for collecting a whole bunch of really pretty items that usually give you interesting visuals energies and memorizing all the different effects of them? Well, hey, there you go. I have a game for you. The Binding of Isaac. Also, Enter the Gungeon. Realistically, like, don't get me wrong. Isaac... I mean, you know, Gungeon copied Isaac's design and, you know, improved upon and all that good stuff. Isaac, like, it's really not a hard formula to copy. It's a twin-stick shooter, you randomize stuff, and you give a bunch of items, right? I mean, pretty simple when you get down to the core of Isaac. It's really not that difficult. But all the twin-stick shooters that I've played, with the exception of Gungeon and maybe like one or two others... Like, they don't do this whole, like, procedural, roguelike, twin-stick shooter madness dungeon thing correctly. You know, Gungeon obviously does it. We don't even need ammo. By the way, if you get Gungeon and you play that, you will absolutely not have a clip of 204,800 shots in any gun. Like I said, I'm editing the game to make it more interesting gameplay. But... no, dude, like, you know, you really think Okay, no, that's pretty easy. Like, I can do that. I can do that. I can make it interesting. You know, I could add good items. I could add interesting effects, this and that. But realistically, just about no game that is, you know, a twin stick shooter-esque game like this, like, did well. It's weird, right? Like, Isaac, you know, there were obviously games before Isaac that were roguelikes. I mean, Spelunky, the original Spelunky was like '08. I think it was a year before Isaac. Nuclear Throne came out at the same time as at least the original Binding of Isaac, so there's that. Ha! You ain't gonna blank me that time, boy. Alright. You know, all those different effects. Yeah, also this combo absolutely fucking trivializes any and all bosses. I mean, you probably shouldn't watch the screen if you are prone to any type of, I guess, nerve or ocular damage. But, you know, it is what it is. But no, I just don't, like, I'm really curious as to what the fuck is that? Hold on. Sir, I need this real quick. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's the Tesla coil, right? Thunderclap, that's right. No, I'm good. Just undo it. Like, you would think it would be an easy thing to accomplish, but I guess it's because Isaac had such a simplistic but refined design. I mean, not at the beginning, of course, you know. The Flash game wasn't really that great, but... And even then, until Rebirth, the Flash game still wasn't that great. I mean, there were many times where, even without editing runs, I crashed the game. I've crashed this game a few times too, but it's proven a lot harder. They've, apparently, the devs are actually saying that, you know, they would like redo the game, but apparently the way this game was initially coded was when they were really learning how to do games like this, and it was just, the coding apparently is just such an absolute mess that they don't even want to try and mess with it. At least that's what I remember seeing on Twitter, I think. You know, but no, like, Isaac was such a simplistic yet well thought out design that I guess it's really hard for dev teams to copy it, right? There's only a few games that I can really think of that even get close to this, and they're, like, I hate to say it, but they're much more just clones than anything else. One of the... oh, shit. Oh, God, I almost got hit. Ooh, that would have been a terrible run. with such an underpowered character, yes. How would we be able to survive this? There was a game a little while ago called, I think it was... His Darker Purpose. It was essentially Isaac. It was a twin stick shooter, you know, randomized floors, room by room progression, items that increase your, you know, your combat effects as well as your visual effects, all that stuff. But you were in a classroom, and like you were on a blackboard, or there was a boss that was a blackboard, and you were like fighting McShock, and you essentially had like, I don't remember what it was. It wasn't tears. It was some other type of weird shot thing that they do. Why am I buying blanks? My gun is a blank. Yeah, I don't remember what that was. And then I remember there was a game called The Madness of Little Emma, and that was one of the... I only really remember that because that was one of the first games that a dev actually sent me and was like, hey, I'd love for you to check it out. And at that point, I was like, dude, no. Like, a dev is actually sending me something to take a look. Are you fucking kidding? Absolutely. I don't even care if your game is a steaming pile of shit. Like, I will still try and play this for you. Actually, it wasn't that bad. I was fucking terrible at it. And it wasn't the room by room roguelike thing that they got going on. It was a it was almost more of like a Metroidvania, which still, I mean, it was cool. It was hard, but it was cool. It was different enough. It was samey enough, but also different, you know? Weird, right? Sure, let's just use that. I don't know, man. It just kind of boggles my mind is all. Yeah, we'll take the amulets one up. It just boggles my mind that, like, this... oh, shit. Actually isn't really that difficult of a formula. but it's proven very difficult to replicate, at least commercially viable. Interesting, right? Weird. Definitely weird, but interesting. These are things that I think of when I'm doing these runs. Which is fine. I actually have to stay away from this thing in order to get the dark marker effect. Can I kill them all at once? Yep, there you go. There you go. Have you ever wanted to have a boss that had 4 sections that you kill off at once? Think of it like with Dark Souls with the 4 kings, except you could somehow attack all of them simultaneously. Yep. Yep. Which also would be fucking difficult. Oh my god, could you imagine that? Could you... Is that my computer? Hello? God, is that you? No, okay. He left me because I broke Gungeon. Anyway. Wouldn't that be weird, right? Imagine if Dark Souls was a roguelike. I mean, if you really think about it, Dark Souls is a roguelite RPG. It's definitely not a roguelike, and even then, most of these games aren't actual roguelikes either. They're roguelites, but you kind of upset the community whenever you say shit like that, so whatever. Still doesn't really change the fact. Damn it. Yeah, I mean, realistically, Dark Souls is a roguelite RPG, though. Think about it. You lose most of your progression, with the exception of... you don't lose heavy progression, but realistically, the bonfire is essentially a save point. It's kind of like Rogue Legacy, right? Rogue Legacy is kind of like... yeah, Dark Souls is almost like a 3D Rogue Legacy-esque thing. Because think about it. Your character, you don't... What the fuck? Seriously, what is that sound? I think it's just my computer heating up from, like, recording constantly, but whatever. Hey, Wolf, nice. Yeah, dude. If you really think about it, because, you don't lose your character in Dark Souls, but you essentially get your progress reset. You lose all your money. You don't lose your weapons and items, so that's why it's the roguelite aspect, in the sense that it's a punishing game, but it's not punishing to the point where, hardcore, as you would say in, like, MMOs or things like that. Which, honestly, I'm really surprised that, like, there are still hardcore options in games, right? It's weird. Like, I started getting into Path of Exile recently. I didn't know that there was a quote-unquote hardcore mode. You lose your fucking character if you die. Which, isn't really that easy to do. Because after playing Path of Exile, like, unless you, like, really try and bum rush the game, and or you just jump into an entire pit of enemies and don't even try to defend yourself, like, that's really the only ways that you can die. Or, like, taking on 2 or 3 bosses at once, if that's even possible. I don't think so. Like, the new update adds for some weird shit, but... like, the new Immortal, whatever things. But yeah, dude, like, I'm very surprised at all times. Oh, shit. Well, okay, this is a quick run. Yeah, totally didn't do a quick run to sell you on Enter the Gungeon only at chrono.gg/uidsea. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep on making these ads while we're fighting this end boss that is incredibly difficult, and this is the only end boss in the game. There is absolutely no other end boss or other forms of this boss. See, I'm just teasing your taste buds. I'm whetting your appetite for this game. And you want this game. Believe me, you want this game. If nothing else, so that you can have seizures whenever you're playing it. In fact, that's kind of why I'm looking away from the screen. Not because I'm prone to seizures, but the fact that I just don't want to keep staring at the white light. Even though it's flashing on 2 screens, the screen that I'm playing and the one that's recording on the other one in OBS. Either way, I'm just still trying to tell you, look, you need to get Enter the Gungeon. It's a good game. No matter what anyone will tell you, it is a good game. Hey! If you don't want spoilers for this game and you've never seen it before, maybe you shouldn't actually watch any videos on it. But then again, how are you going to get such amazing deals? That's chrono.gg/uidsea. I'm a fucking shill, bro. It's alright. Hashtag ad, hashtag YouTube pay your content creators, hashtag we're all going to Twitch, hashtag chrono.gg. Slash uidsea. Oh god. The Chrono director person that reached out to me. I hope you're welcome. I've just shilled the link like 8 times in the past minute. Oh, hey, look, I got the master round. Wow, that was impressive. Really difficult. A super stunning and really hard victory. We fought tooth and nail to make this run work, but in the end, thankfully, the High Dragon just couldn't handle it. And it wouldn't be correct. By the way, like I said, there are no more end bosses after the dragon. That was the last boss in the game. Yeah, it's weird, right? This game actually ends by pulling you into another level and making you play more of it. It's super weird, I know. I was initially thinking, like, yeah, we'll make it like an under 20-minute video and we'll just stop there. But, like, no, dude, with what I have, it would kind of be a crime to not go and absolutely destroy the totally not secret end boss, the Lich. That can be unlocked through spoiler alert. In fact, the only reason why I'm saying that is because I'm trying to sell you guys on a beautiful game. And, you know, some people don't like spoilers, so it's fine. I'm of two minds about spoilers. When it's something that I don't really care about, I could give a shit less what you could tell me. But if it's a game that honestly, if it's a game that I'm really interested in, I don't even give a shit about, like, content spoilers, you know? Like, if I'm streaming a game that's new or something that I'm interested in, you could tell me that, you know, if you add item X plus B, it creates an overpowered combo. I'm fine with that. I just don't want to know that your partner that you've been through with this entire game ends up being the final secret end boss or some shit like that. Like, I don't care about content spoilers. I just don't want story spoilers. Am I weird in that sense? Right? Like, I don't want to know. But at the same time, it's fine. I still really, really would not want story spoilers, though. But if you tell me that in 5 levels you're going to get a really powerful weapon if you choose to upgrade it, sure, tell me that. That'll save me a fuck ton of time. I'm happy that you do that. You know, I appreciate that you're willing to help me not waste my time. However, you know, because I'm not... Ah, shit. I actually got hit. Oh, God. Well, gotta have to redo this whole run. This is supposed to be a no-hit run. Man, have you seen the, like, Dark Souls people who do no-hit runs? I saw, it was, I think, Ray Dimitri who did the Soulsborne series no-hit. I mean, it was only bosses, but either way, you know, still running. I'm going to assume... if you know the patterns of bosses, then you probably know the patterns of the rest of the game, and you can... Shit. That was the first red heart damage I've taken. Then I assume that you know the way to get to the bosses without being hit. I'm just gonna, like, go out on a limb and trust you there. You know what I'm saying? But still, dude. Realistically, like, every boss is just pattern-based. Even these bosses. All you just gotta do is know what the attacks are. Dodge the attacks, or avoid the attacks, or guard against the attacks. Or, in some games, you can stop enemies from taking attacks. Or making attacks, whatever. Like, stagger them or something like that. That's a big thing in JRPGs, is staggering enemies. Which, by the way, I played Crosscode yesterday on stream. Fucking die! Are you, like, stuck and frozen or something? Yeah, you're frozen. Shit. There we go. Okay. Fuck your shit. Anyway. But, yeah, like, I was playing Crosscode. It's a JRPG. If anyone is familiar with the isekai genre of manga and anime, like Sword Art Online stuff without, like, the weird rapey innuendos, you know, like, was pulled to another world and you have different powers and things like that. It's essentially a, like, 8-bit JRPG version of that genre. Really, really good. The combat's really fun. It has some interesting progression. It's essentially an MMO world. You start out doing, like, fetch quests and stupid bullshit, and then you slowly build your character up and get better and stronger. Really neat, of course. Highly, highly suggest it. The dev said it has between 30 and 80 hours of content, so that's pretty good. I don't have a chrono.gg/uidsea link for that, but I do for Enter the Gungeon, if you want to. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm having fun with this, man. I'm having a lot of fun with those. You know, at least I'm not like those YouTubers that post those videos like, do you want free money? Enter this affiliate link and you can get free money for yourself. Like, dude, like, just cut your shit. At least I'm offering you a chance to have multiple hundreds of hours in a video game for only $7.99. I can't actually be a salesman. And this is coming from someone who works in retail. I can't be a salesman, man. Like, it just doesn't do for me. Like, whenever I have sold things to people in the past, they're like, oh, so, like, what can you tell me about it? I'm like, well, I mean, it's pretty cool. Like, does it look cool? Does it look like something that you'd utilize? If not, I wouldn't buy it. Like, I'm a fucking terrible salesman. But I also am not being paid on commission for, like, things that I do in my day job, so I don't give a shit. Okay, like, seriously, these things are ruining this run. Like, these things have literally made this run, like, no joke, at least, or this floor at least twice as long. And of course, we don't see these things anywhere but the bullet hell. Here, push all the fucking enemies into the goddamn abyss. Yeah. Ridiculous. Okay, thank God, we're almost done. Here, I'm gonna use this item just because it's here. Hey, look, I got ammo back. Neat. Man, I really hope that the Lich has a chance to fire off at least one shot. As it is currently, it's not looking like it, which is fine. Yeah, I'm actually gonna, like, just, like, watch on OBS because that's a bit of a smaller screen. I'm gonna kind of turn my head away from the flashing lights. You know, I'm not prone to seizures, but it's never too early to all of a sudden discover an undocumented medical condition, so, you know, may as well reload for this really harrowing fight. Take a shot of pink lemonade every time you hear chrono.gg/uidsea799 Gungeon content. Yeah, that was pink lemonade, though. It wasn't actually alcohol. Yes, I am normally like this. Okay. Let's get it. Let's get it, son. Is it just me? Or am I having a seizure? No, it's actually not a joke. I actually have multiple family members that suffer from seizures, and that shit is not a joke. The weirdest thing, too, is the media really portrays seizures as something that is, like, completely unrealistic to what actually occurs. Because a lot of the times, the seizure is more like people, they kind of just, like, lay down, and they, like, almost, like, pass out, but not quite. You can kind of see there's stuff going on in the brain. And they don't have, like, this whole, like, spasming and foaming at the mouth thing that you see in so many different movies. It's also terrifying. That's why I'm looking out for you. Whatever it is that this dude is even attempting to do, it is being destroyed by my blanks. If you have never seen Enter the Gungeon before and you have no idea what's going on, if you get it after about 100-something hours of content, you might know what's going on here. Because I have over 100 hours in this game and I still don't know what's going on in this game. Except for the fact that, you know, you can kill a Lich. Are you a D&D fan? Have you ever wanted to kill a Lich? Have you ever wanted to shoot a Lich in the head while he's begging for his life? You can do it. It also has a banging soundtrack. So, thanks for watching. If you want to see some more of this game, don't forget to subscribe. I put it out semi-regularly. Don't forget to check the link down in the description below. I've already said it like 85 times, so I'm pretty sure you know by now. Here, you can shoot a Gungeon in the head, somehow. And you can fall into a never-ending ocean and die right after finishing your run. It's really great. I don't actually know if that's canon. I mean, it's a roguelike, so he's probably just going to wake up back in the lobby again anyway. Alright, like I said, thanks for watching, and we will see ya in the next one. Bye-bye.